Hi, my name is Eduardo7 and I'm here bringing you my review of Redout Space Assault for iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and Apple TV. Sadly, there's no support for Mac, but it is coming to PC through Steam. The release date, it says 2019, so we'll see. There's not much left, so might not even come out this year. But anyway, the review section of this game in the App Store isn't too positive as of this recording, and I'm here to tell you why I think that is. Because I bet if you're watching this, you're also curious as to see if this game's worth its download. I did my testing on iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone 7 Plus, and iPad Pro 11-inch 3rd Gen and Apple TV HD and UHD versions. I got halfway through the game. And if you want to know if this game is any good or other Apple Arcade games, don't forget to hit the sub button and bell so you get notified when more videos come out. So without further ado, let's get down to it. I think that talking about performance is the most important part of this review, since most reviews in the App Store are currently bashing the game for its poor performance or getting stuck in the loading screen. The loading screen reviews seem to be relevant as of now, since most of them, if not all, are dated before the last update, which came out about 4 to 6 days ago since the recording of this video. The update mentions that an Apple Arcade issue has been fixed, therefore I believe the loading screen issue was an Apple Arcade server authentication bug, which there aren't many reviews after that date mentioning the inside loading screen bug or problem, therefore I think it has been fixed. Me personally, on any of my devices that I tested it, there were no loading issues on all of them. But I did, like I said, play after the update. The other issue people are mentioning is the performance, which I personally experienced, and that is brief stutters. With or without the frame rate unlocked, I was experiencing stutters for the first 60 or so seconds of a level mission, and some missions do end up having long quiet moments with no action in between, that once the action started I did experience some stutter, but it was only for less than 15 or so seconds. And I did play some levels with no stutter whatsoever after playing for like about 15 to 20 minutes, passing 1 or 2 levels or so. Therefore, my verdict is that people are exaggerating, because honestly, a lot of the reviews are also just very poorly written, describing the issues. Me playing, I honestly didn't see huge performance issues, just frame rate drops here and there, and I did notice that the stutters on the iPhone 7 Plus were longer and stronger / harder than the ones on the 11 Pro Max and iPad 3rd generation, which is not surprising, but they're not game breaking. On the Apple TV UHD, it ran almost just as good as the 3rd generation iPad Pro, with stutters just being a tidbit longer and maybe a little stronger. But the one that surprised me, and honestly, I'm not surprised that it also struggles, is the Apple TV HD. It completely froze for about 2-3 seconds at a time. And it wasn't too often though, and at least not often enough that I felt like the game was completely broken and it hurt gameplay too much. But if you do unlock the frame rate, it doesn't freeze, it just drops frames. You can definitely tell that the input was lost for probably half a second, which honestly, for the hardware that's powering that Apple TV, I'm still impressed by how good it looks and honestly how stable it runs. My recommendation is run the game in unlocked frame rates, which you access through the main menu in the options bar, and play that way, because drop frames, at least for me, are much better than having the game freeze entirely for a second to 3, depending on how intense the action gets. To finish off, I want to know what you think. What's your experience been like? With the updated, or I mean, if you've updated or recently downloaded the game in the last, I don't know, 1 week since this video was published, towards the end of October, share with me in the comments how the game's performing for you, okay? So we can all get an idea of different maybe regions or something, but at least for me in the United States, on the devices that I tested, I had no major game breaking issues that deserve a 1 or 2 stars. The art is good, the gameplay is simple and repetitive, yet fun, but I wish there was any kind of vibration or some, like, that would indicate that I'm shooting a missile or getting hit with something hard that takes down my shields, anything that gives me feedback on something, because to me the controls are good. but I do feel disconnected from them. Like the missiles are ready to fire. I can't really tell. I got used to it after a while, but the first, I don't know, half the time I played, I was like wondering, did my shooting actually like hit anything? Did I get hit from something? How much damage did it really do? Like I just randomly died. You know, it's like the only the weapon that I felt like definitely I could tell I was hitting someone was the Tesla shock weapon. But the fact that the aiming reticle needs tweaking, honestly. It's like so thin, it's so small, because personally on the iPhone and the Apple TV, that thing was barely visible. Like I never even bothered. On the iPad is definitely much better, but I do feel that they need to make it bigger or thicker or different color, so that I don't feel like I'm just blind firing at the horizon, you know. The voice acting is alright, not great, not horrible, it's whatever, it's passable. The story is good enough, you know, it's almost passable too, but it's good enough that, you know, you want to keep seeing what's up. The customizing without microtransactions is it's just so sweet. Even though it's basic, it's just sweet to know that if I die, I don't have to pay to respawn or, you know, all that crap. But the game does feel a bit too easy, which, I mean, it reminds me of a thing. People have been saying that they've been getting stuck in this race levels, but I didn't. I failed to understand really how the mechanics worked during the first playthrough of that level. But the second time I was like, oh, okay, I get it, and then easily I just passed it, and bada bing, bada boom, I was done. But I've seen people literally putting a 1-star to 2-star review saying I can't get past it. And I honestly don't understand how they're not passing it and going out there and posting those kinds of reviews. But anyway, all that jibbity jabbity on the side. To me, the game right now in its current state is a 3-star out of 5. But if they add the vibrations and a better aiming reticule, and I would give it a 4 stars. There's definitely other things that need to be done in order to be 5s for me, but definitely it would be a 4, hard 4. I can recommend it for on-rail shooters, and anybody that likes Star Fox, I think you're going to like this, at least on your mobile. Graphics are beautiful, but let me know what you have. If you played it, let me know what you think. If you want to know anything about other Apple Arcade games in the library, let me know, and I'll test them for you on all the devices that I possibly can. And I'm in Wardo7, and I hope to see you on the next video.